we're getting into the two prophets during that time, Elijah and Elisha. God raised up a prophet named Elijah in the kingdom of Israel. God gave Elijah the power to do many miracles so that the people would believe that he was a prophet that God sent. At this time, many of the people of Israel were following God. However, many of the Israelites are following a false and evil god named Baal, B-A-A-L. Baal was this false god or demon that the pagan people got into following, and some of the Israelites did, and it was horrible. His worship involved, well, he was pagan for one thing, so it wasn't following God. You follow anybody but God and you're in trouble. But it involved stuff like child sacrifices, awful stuff. Some of the Israelites are following both God and Baal. You know, they would come to the Jewish temple on Saturday and worship God and then go to the Baal child sacrifice service on Tuesday. It wasn't good. Elijah said to the people, how long will you go back and forth in deciding which God to follow? Now, if God's the real God, follow him. If Baal's the real God, follow him. But pick one, because you can't go back and forth. Elijah put the followers of Baal to a test in front of the Israelite people to see who is the real God, God or Baal. He said, I'm the only prophet of God here, but Baal has 450 men who are prophets of Baal. Let's have a contest. I will kill a bull, and the 450 prophets of Baal will kill a bull. And we each put our bull in a pile of wood. The prophets of Baal can call out to Baal to send fire down from the sky to set their bull and their wood on fire. And I'll call out to God for him to send fire down from the sky to set my pile or my bull and my pile of wood on fire. And whichever God sends fire down, that's the true God. Well, the people and the prophets of Baal said, we accept your challenge. So the 450 prophets of Baal went first. They killed the bull and they put it on a big pile of wood and cried out to Baal from morning until noon to send fire down from the sky onto their bull on the wood. They yelled for so long that they were losing their voices and they were limping. Nothing happened. So Elijah decided to mess with them a little bit. He said, yeah, keep crying out to him, for he's a god. I'm sure he'll show up. Maybe he's goofing off. Maybe he's going to the bathroom. I don't know, maybe he's on a journey, or maybe he's asleep. Maybe you should go wake him up. Well, they ranted and raved on until later in the day, and by this point, the prophets of Baal were passing out from exhaustion from calling out to Baal, but absolutely nothing happened, because he's not God. Now Elijah called the people of Israel over to his pile of wood. It was his turn, with the bull on it. He laid 12 stones around his pile, which represented the 12 tribes of Israel. He then had the people completely soak his pile of wood and the bull with water, so it would be impossible for a person to set on a fire. Then Elijah said, O Lord, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Israel, let it be known today that you are God in Israel, and that I am your servant, and that I have done all these things at your word. Answer me, O Lord, answer me, that this people may know that you, O Lord, are God, and that you have turned their hearts back. He said that in 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 36-37. As soon as Elijah finished saying this, God rained down an immense fire on the wood, the bull, and the water, and burned everything up. When the people saw this, they fell on their faces and they said, the Lord, he is God. The Lord, he is God. And he said that in 1 Kings chapter 18, verses 39. Elijah had the people of Israel grab the prophets of Baal and he killed them. That's in 1 Kings 18, 1-40. Shortly after this, the prophet Elijah became very tired and depressed because he felt like he's the only person in Israel that had a true love for God. This was not true, but it was how Elijah felt. He felt like, I'm the only one here that's following God, and I'm all alone. Although God let him know there's 7,000 others that he set aside, but he just felt worn out and abandoned at one point. God appeared to Elijah in his time of sorrow, and he sent angels down to feed him and tell him to take a nap and to recover. And once he recovered, he assigned him a prophet to take his place in Israel at some point. He said, I'll give you a helper. The new prophet that Elijah anointed as God's instruction was named Elisha. Now, the original one was Elijah, E-L-I-J-A-H. This assistant who would take over for him is Elisha, E-L-I-S-H-A. Read that 1 Kings chapter 19, verses 9-21. Now, during Elijah's life as a prophet, God gave him power to do many miracles so that the people would believe he was a prophet of God. One day, God told Elijah that he would take him up to heaven while he was still alive. Elijah asked his replacement, Elisha, if he could do anything for him before God took him up to heaven. Elisha asked Elijah if Elijah could give him a double portion of his own spirit. Well, Elijah said that was up to God to do, but if it was okay with God, it was okay with him. While they were still talking, God sent down chariots of fire and horses that separated Elijah and Elisha. God then took up Elijah to heaven in a whirlwind while he was still alive. Elijah was only one of 2 people in the Bible that did not die. They were taken up to heaven while they were still alive. You can read that in 2 Kings chapter 2, verses 1 and 12. The other person to go up to heaven while he was still alive was Enoch, who was Noah's grandfather. That was way back. When Elijah went up to heaven, a double portion of his spirit was given to Elisha, like he asked for. Now Elisha also had the power